Welcome to today's lesson, the passive voice. Today's lesson is the passive voice. Welcome to today's lesson, the passive voice. You may be asking yourself, teacher, what is the passive voice? A passive voice is a type of sentence. A passive voice sentence puts the object or receiver of the action to the subject position. But you say, teacher, what does that mean? Well, let me give you an example. Here is a boy. Here is a ball. What do boys do with balls? The boy throws the ball. In this sentence, we see the boy is the subject, throws is the verb, and the ball is our direct object. But what if I didn't want to focus my sentence on the boy and wanted to focus on what was happening to the ball? Could I reverse it? Well, if I just did it this way, it makes no sense at all. The ball throws the boy. We all know that balls do not throw boys. But with passive voice, I can completely change the sentence around. Now we see that the ball is thrown by the boy. This sentence makes complete sense, and it is passive. We are now focusing the action on the ball and not so much the boy. But you may say to yourself, teacher, how do I form such a sentence? Let's look back at our original sentence. The boy throws the ball. The first thing we do is move the boy into the last position, into the object position. We move the ball into the subject position. But then throws. What do we do with throws? Well, first, we have to use a form of the verb be. In this case, we'll use is, because is shows the same tense as the verb throws. Throws is showing us that it is a simple present tense verb for a third person singular subject, the ball or the boy. So that's why we use is. Next, throws. We can't use throws. We have to use the past participle of the verb thrown. So we use thrown, which is the past participle of the verb throw. Now, one more thing that we can do. We can say the ball is thrown, and this is a perfectly good sentence in English. But if I still want to say who threw the ball, I have to use by. And then I can tell you that it was thrown by the boy. And this is how we form the passive voice in English. Now for more on the passive voice. We cannot use the passive voice in all cases. Let's look at the following example. Here we have a boy doing another favorite things that boys like to do, sleeping. Thus we have the sentence, the boy sleeps. Sleeps is a verb that we call intransitive. That means there is no object and no action is transferred. So in an intransitive verb, there is no object and no action is transferred or moved. Therefore, we cannot put this into the passive voice. But if we go back to our sentence, The boy throws the ball. Here we do have a direct object to our sentence, and we can put this into the passive with the ball was thrown by the boy. Remember, transitive is when the action is transferred or moved from the subject to the object.